Okay, chaps, this is a very hush-hush operation here, so watch the video and then I will be appearing later on to tell you a little bit more about this equipment, this hush-hush covert equipment, okay?
Alright then guys, hello, welcome back to the HQ, and today I've got a care package that was sent to me and I want to give you a heads up on this product. Now, I'm doing the charging today, all the equipment here that is my EDC or my everyday carry. Mobile phone, spare battery, GoPro, torch, the such like, it's all been charged up, ready for the next onslaught of the day, okay? Now, on the plug board, because it has USB sockets on it, it has an adapter there which has a voltage and amperage readout, which is brilliant. That will diagnose problems if you're having charging issues. USB itself is DC voltage, 5 volts DC, but the plug board will be AC. So if there's a breakdown in the diodes, what you'll get is AC fluctuations and it won't charge up whatever's plugged into it. And I've had a couple of problems with the boards. Also had one with one of these mobile phone blocks as well. So it's a good checker. You get them off Amazon, cheap, £5 or something like that, and it's a good thing to have in your pocket to look good in the office, yeah, because we had this at work the other day. We had a camera that wouldn't charge up, and it's simply because the USB port on the computer wasn't working. So yeah, that was quite frustrating, but never mind, eh? Males are generally problem solvers, and we need the kit to problem solve, okay? Now, I'm watching Marcus Miller on YouTube while I'm doing stuff in the house and all this stuff's charging up. Brilliant musician, bass player, yeah, I'm sure you've heard of him. If you haven't and you like jazz, funk, go and have a listen, yeah. Thing is, on YouTube you get adverts pop up every now and then, which are highly annoying anyway, but when you get one that is making men look stupid, that is even more frustrating. They call it vilification at the end of the day, and advertisers are now cashing in as much as they can on female empowerment. Now, this is not about just empowering females, it's about making males look stupid, which is not right. It's a bit naughty. But the thing is, females get this impression that if the guy isn't competent or isn't congruent, then he's a knob, okay? And yeah, they're playing up on this, they're cashing in on it. So guys, you have to up your game, and you have to up your game all the time. It's not just about being prepared, it's also about being congruent. And when I mean congruent, everything has to fit into place, yeah? So take for instance a guy who goes to a wedding and he's all suited and booted, looks good, but he's wearing a red nose. That looks out of place, that's incongruent. Now, if he's dressed nice and he's there traditionally dressed, then that's congruent, that fits in. This is, everybody likes that. It does, nothing stands out of place. Now, if you're the type of guy who is a prepper or has to have something on him to make sure that he's okay, then carrying something like a tactical torch is not a good idea at the best of times in social situations. It might get you out of trouble if something happens, but it's the type of thing you'd leave in your car, isn't it? Yeah, because this could be classed as an offensive weapon, and it looks a bit silly if you've got it hanging off your belts, yeah? Now, one of the things I really panicked about is not having enough light. I always have a torch on me, and I did have a situation where I got married in the Ukraine, believe it or not, 2014, January the 25th, which was winter, -20 there. We had a larder car for a wedding car, yep, and believe it or not, it broke down, didn't it, with a full accompaniment of passengers in the car late at night, and it was dark, believe it or not, even though luckily enough we were in the city. So I didn't have a torch on me. We had to solve a problem, and I had a cigarette lighter, had a look around, petrol engine, these are the types that had distributors on them. We eventually pushed the car underneath a street lamp and found the problem by using the light and pulling the bonnet right out up so we could get more light there, and it turned out to be a distributor was out, it was loose, so we tightened up the pinch bolt and boom, all good. You don't get those on modern cars these days, but larders, yes. So anyway, we got underway, and it actually wasn't too much hassle, but it did take a little bit of time. You know what passengers are like, they're always like, oh, you finished yet? Come on, hurry up. And they start complaining when they get cold, don't they? If I'd have had a torch on me at the time, all good, but I didn't. because carrying things like this about makes you look ridiculous unless your name's Gene Simmons and you want to slip it down your trousers to make out that you are more than what you really are. So it doesn't work, yeah? So, enter the care package, all right? Now, you probably think this is a little bit of a hip flask. You know, what they used to use in churches, sneaking a bit of alcohol while they're sitting there listening to a sermon. No, not at all. But the design is similar. Okay, so this is from Olight. You know Olight already. I've done a torch review on them. In fact, it's this blue tactical torch, okay, which is, this is a Brahma. This is really good. And it's wirelessly charged, yeah. So you've got a magnetic charger on there, fits into your USB socket, and away you go. Good quality, all the way around, good quality. So what we have is this, not a flagon, but it looks like one. This is a torch, okay. You pull it out of there. That's the torch, which is up to 1,200 lumens on maximum, okay, which is really bright. It's good enough to get yourself out of trouble. Power cuts, car breaks down, you can't find the lock where you're supposed to put your key in because you're a little bit drunk after a night out, or even if you have like something, a fuse blow in the office, yeah. Well, the good thing here, this is not a travel case, this is actually a charger, okay. So what you do is you pop your torch in there and it has a charge light indicator. You will get 3.7 charges out of the battery that is in here. So this is your extra battery. Small torches do not last a long time on boost power because of the size of them. You can see how big that battery is. Obviously you want support. So you've got your support crew in the shape of a case, which actually feels really nice. Slip it into a pocket, suit pocket, something like that, and that is very socially acceptable, and it's congruent.
Good evening, chaps. Now, listen up here. This is a technical briefing, so you can stand easy for now. I'm going to explain a little bit about this covert equipment which you need in the field when you're wearing your civvies and without basic military equipment. Okay, so this is a survival piece. It will get you out of trouble when you very much need it. In the box, you will find there is a technical manual which will tell you all about the operating hours and the lumens which the torch will provide. This case here is for charging, which takes 2 hours with a USB. And then inside here, you have the Baton 3, which takes 1 hour once it is inserted to a power block, which has enough charge in it to charge. 3.5 times to 4 times this will charge up. So this is excellent for extended duties and missions in the field. On the side here, you'll find a button which you can press once. You get some light, which is acceptable in certain circumstances. If you press this twice, you will get a turbo boost power, which you may need in other circumstances for searching for documents or maybe quickly rifling through something so that you can find equipment. If you hold, click and hold, hang on, let's find out. This is, there we go. This is an excellent mode which is called moon mode. 28 days this will stay illuminated on one charge, which means if you have a hysterical fan which is scared of the dark and you're stuck in a confined space which you can't escape from for any long period of time, you can leave this illuminated and she will feel a little more at ease, and this of course won't stress you out as much. Now I should just switch this off, double click, and if you hold the button down you can scroll through the illuminations. Of course, you've been trained to use certain lights in certain situations, so I don't need to tell you about this. But if you click this 3 times, you will get a strobe. Oh, excuse me, this is old war wound. My throat's playing up a little bit. So the strobe will repel any type of enemy, especially if they are prone to epileptic fits. So, gentlemen, there we go. This will cost you a few beer tokens from the store, which you can buy online. Oh, that dicky Warwind's playing up again on my throat. This gas, you know, from the trenches, yeah. So, pop on there if you want one of these. You must really consider one of these when you're in civilian clothing. This is not necessary when you have your survival gear, because your survival gear you will be supplied with a tactical torch. But this you can get off the stores, links below. Now, anyway, that is enough from me, guys. Over and out. Enjoy the rest of the show.
If you were sneaky enough, you would give this to her as a gift, so she can always keep it on her. She can pop it in her purse, yeah, handbag, whatever, and you know where it is when it's needed. And because it has a huge amount of battery power there, you'll know it'll be charged, and you can check it every now and then for the charge or whatever. There is a charging port here, so you can charge the whole lot up, so you will get 4.7 uses out of all of this in one go. So good move, Olight. This is a new product. It's not been out on the market too long. In fact, today is the release date, and I got sent one of these to try out. Beautiful, beautiful bit of kit. My wedding day would have gone just that little bit better if I'd have had one of these, because we could have sorted that problem a lot easier. Yeah, so there you go, guys. That's a heads up. All right, because I know a lot of you are not going to go out wearing prepper gear doing normal daily things, and you do work in offices and places like that. So that is the type of thing that you could put in your pocket and you forget about until you need it. And I'm pretty damn sure that you will need light at some point. Okay, just as a matter of interest, this plastic case doesn't come with the product. This is my own pelly case. All right, yeah, I've just put it in there because it looks good. So just remember that. You get this, not that. Unless you go out and buy one, that's the number for it. All right, see you later.